Goes to the young, teenagers to adults. You need to realize that everything that you've been told is a lie. From school, your parents, things that they push on TV and on the internet, like anything they really push, you'll learn that it's all not true. It's all a lie. That's why they're pushing you to do it. That's why they're pushing this stuff on you, because they're trying to keep you a slave. And yes, if you work a job, you are a slave. You're working for someone. You are working so you can have somewhere to live, clothes on your back, and food in your stomach. The same things they used to provide to the slaves. They may not whip you, but you have to work. If you don't, you won't be able to live, or your quality of life would go down dramatically. And that's the trap. Like, everything's designed to trap you, and you have to realize that. And the quicker you realize that, the better off you are. So if you are a kid in school, you need to be thinking about, how am I going to get myself out of this rat race of going to a job and paying bills and stuff. Because they tell you to go to college so you can get a good job. But trust me when I tell you, no amount of money is worth your time. Your time is the most valuable thing that you have. That's why they want it. That's why they're willing to give you the money for it. Your time. And as you get older, you'll realize how valuable the time is. When you're young, you tend to just don't mind shooting the shit and just talking to friends and just hanging out, not doing anything, because you're young and you think you got a lot of time. But as you get older, you start to realize that, time is valuable. I don't want to just sit here and just talk to people and shoot the shit. Like, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to waste my time. There are creative things that I could be doing. And the people who are really successful when they're young, they're working on things. They're not just hanging out, chasing girls, going to the mall, like stuff like that. Just, man, we used to go to the mall and try to talk to girls and all that. I feel stupid now. I feel so dumb, when I should be taking that time to work on myself and work on myself and build things to try to not get caught up in the rat race. Now, if you're like 20 years old, 22, 25, and you still living at home and you don't pay no bills, but you work a job, you are not a full-grown adult. You're like a man-child. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It just means that you're not really responsible for yourself, because you still got your parents funding you. They still putting the roof over your head, stuff like that. So you still not feeling the pinch. When you really have to go out there and take care of yourself, pay your own bills, pay your own rent or mortgage, and Lord knows if you start to have kids, you really gonna feel it. You want to work on yourself now so you can invest, and that way you don't have to, be stuck working a job. Because the worst feeling in the world is working a job when you don't want to be there. That's one of the worst feelings in the world. Going to the job. At first, you think, especially if you got a job that pays kind of good, you're thinking you're doing something. Oh man, I got this great paying job. But trust me, after a while, that wears off, and it doesn't matter. If you're making $50,000 a year, let's say you was used to making 30, you're thinking, man, I'm banking. You'll get used to that 50,000, and then you want to make 60 or 70,000. Then you'll make 60, 70,000 eventually, and it's the same thing. And you'll start to realize, like, this is slavery. Yeah, you're not getting whipped and all that, but you still have to work the job. You have to be there. If you don't, then you won't get paid. If you don't get paid, you won't have nowhere to live, no car, no food, etc. And maybe, okay, you probably could get some type of assistance, but who want to live like that? I'm trying to warn you. If you don't recognize it, you're not going to like it. You hate it. You make it. I don't care if you say, oh, people say, I like my job. What? You like being a slave? Even if your job is not that bad, it's not even about the job being so bad. It's the fact that it takes up your time. And there are things you're going to want to do. You know, we all have a calling of things that we're supposed to do. And if you're working a job that's not part of your calling, then you're wasting your time. You're giving your life away. That's why these companies are willing to give you this money, because they know the most valuable thing you have is your time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you should be working on yourself and trying to get your stuff together so you don't have to work a job. Because I'm telling you, your parents, they hated going to work. But they had to, especially after they had you. But here's the crazy part about it. That, you know, after I started going through this rabbit hole, really thinking about this, they will tell you to do the same thing they did, and they hated it. Why are you gonna tell me to do the same thing? Why wouldn't you tell me to do something different? Like, if you hated it, what makes you think I'm gonna like it? But that's what we do. People go to college, get in debt, and be paying on it for 10, 15, 20 years, and then tell their kids to do the same thing. It really is bananas. So you really have to do your research and really look into truth. Really search for the truth of things. But there is a warning. When you really start looking at the truth of things and really finding out how things work, it's going to make you angry. It really is, because you're going to realize that all this stuff that you've been told is not true. And then you'll be asking, well, damn, why? People telling me to do this. But why are they saying, you know, things are like this, and it's really not? And I'm telling you, most of the things that you are taught is not true, or it's not in your best interest. When you learn the reason why people do the things that they do, you'll be like, damn, that shit is silly. But because it was in the past, and people just traditionally did stuff, or they tricked everybody into doing it, and then your grandparents did it, your parents did it, now you're doing it. And then once it gets down so many generations, people don't even know why they're doing the things that they're doing. You know, like when you sneeze and somebody says, bless you. I've had people call me out saying, man, you didn't even say bless me when I sneeze. And then I ask them, why should I do that? I have not had not one person be able to answer, why should I say bless you because you sneezed? They don't even know why. That's just something that they did. You know, their parents did it, their grandparents did it. You know, everybody did it, so they just do it. And they don't even know why they're doing it. Start questioning all this shit. Start questioning everything, and you'll find out. And then and here's another one or two. You'll be looked at as the weirdo. If you don't go along with what everybody's doing, you will be looked at as a weirdo. So there is drawbacks to really doing the research and learning the truth, because not everybody's willing to do it. And you can give somebody proof that what they're saying, what they're doing is not real or not true. They're so brainwashed, they won't accept it. They won't accept it. They won't accept what you're saying, and they'll say that you're crazy, even though you clearly showed them that what they're doing or what they're saying is BS. So be careful out here. I'm going to be going in on a lot of subjects, things that I've discovered. I'm just sharing it with people. You know, you also make sure you do your own research on anything someone talks about. But I'm going to be sharing a lot of things, man. You'll be thinking about a lot of things that you are confronted with in this world. Yes, living in the United States, we have a lot of things that a lot of other people in the world don't have. But it's still designed to track you. It's really well crafted to give you the illusion that you have choice and that things are so great. So it's like, yeah, it's great on one end, but on the back end, they still screwing you over. They sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? They take poison and drench it in chocolate and you eat it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might taste better, but it's still poison. You know what I mean? So look out for my videos. I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos, man, talking about a lot of different things, try to open up people's